Payroll setup using the Easy Setup Assistant. Payroll categories. Employer expenses. Let's review the employer expense information window. Since payroll expenses are employer expenses, they need to be posted to an expense account and a liability account, the latter being the holding account until we remit the funds to the appropriate authority. The accounts shown here are the default accounts we indicated in the linked accounts setup. We can override these accounts with specific accounts if necessary. If we want the amount of the expense to print on a pay stub, we would check mark this box. We need to indicate the type of expense. SUI for state unemployment insurance, SDI for state disability insurance, and other for all other expenses other than SUI and SDI, such as matching 401k amounts, union dues, and insurance programs. When we select SUI or SDI, we'll have to provide the two-letter abbreviation of the state and the state tax ID number, which will become available for edit once we indicate the state. We enter a rate as a percentage of gross. This value is our responsibility since it's company specific. And a cap, which is indicated as a wage limit. AccountEdge will expense until the product of this limit times the rate is reached. If the rate changes, AccountEdge may expense beyond the actual wage limit because the wage limit times the rate had not been reached. So it is possible for AccountEdge to expense beyond the wage limit value. If we select a wage type of other, we need to provide the expense basis and limit. The expense basis could be a percentage of any other wage or deduction category, or a fixed amount of dollars per pay period, month, or year. The expense limit could be no limit, or it could equal a percentage of any other wage or deduction category, or a fixed limit of some dollars per pay period, month, or year. We would click the Employee button to associate this expense with employees by placing a check mark to the left of the employee's name. If we wanted to exclude some wage category from the expense basis calculation, we would click on the Exempt button and place a check mark to the left of the excluded category. We would click the New button to create a new expense category and OK when we're finished.